With this report, I'll demonstrate how you can print selective price list reports. So you click on price list and reports. Now you'll notice over here is a tag field which plays an important role when selecting information. Similar to the price list, you've got coloured headings here. If you double click on the headings, you can switch the index for each of those. If you want more information about that, you simply go to the report and price list overview and watch that video. That will give you a much more elaborate and detailed description of what headings are and filtering and so forth. This video mainly is just to cover the printing of reports. Now, for example, if I wanted to just do a report or find records pertaining to a certain group, say for argument's sake I want just up here, I click on D and I say, oh no, I don't want that in the categories here. Click on D and I'd say design. Now you'll see I've selected here in the design section a total of 9 records. So while I've got those 9 records selected, I can click on tag. Now if I reset the filter, those tags remain. If I now want to do a search or find those records pertaining to inspections, I'll click on I for inspections and then tag these. Now I'll get a message saying there are some items already tagged. Do I want to retain the original tagged items, or do I want to remove the tags first? So I'll say no to add the existing tags. Now if I say filter tags, you'll see that I've got 20. So I've got the design item selected and the inspection item selected. Now while these tags are applied and the filter is engaged on here, I can do various reports. So if I want to do a tagged, incidentally, any of these buttons down here that said tags are looking for tagged items only, and only the tagged items will be reported on in any of these reports that say tagged. If I click on report on this item, I'm going to get a report on the assessment fees only. That's what I'll get. But if I click on tag, say I want the tagged items grouped by category, which is what I've got here, I say group by category, you'll notice now I end up with a report that gives me preliminaries, but broken down into design and inspections. And those reports can be selected in that fashion for any item within the system at all. Now say for argument's sake I just want to get items pertaining to Birkdale, this happens to be Birkdale certifiers. So if I double click on here now and I say untag all the items and now tag the items, we'll say yes, I want to remove all the tags. So now I've only ever got 21 of those items selected. Mind you, they're very similar to what the selections were before, but now we only get things relating to Birkdale certifiers. Now if I want to get an update report, I'd simply come over here and say tag creditor update report and group by group. We'll say yes, that'll do, and now it'll show the current price and a section where you can input or get the supplier to input the new price. Now another report that's useful is that if the creditor has their own ID for items, that's not the report I want. This one, no, this is the one. Now say the supplier, this is our ID. This is our in-house ID. If the supplier has their own ID, we can get that here and we can input that into our system. So that's another useful sort of report where you'll see up here, see supplier's ID, there's no link. Now assuming we got that report back and had their IDs, we can edit the link and we can type in their ID here. So that way we can search on the information within our price list based on the supplier's ID, and that applies for whatever suppliers in the list. So there you have it. That should give you a good lead into how you use this information, or how you filter for selective records, etc., etc. If I've got tagged items here, I can add a percentage to the charges here. Incidentally, anything that's of a dollar value that's to do with an item won't be altered, so any of these others will be. So let's have a look at that. If I say I want to change price A prices by a percentage, and I say yes, I want to proceed and do that, and the percentage is 10%, you'll notice here that all of these items will be changed by 10%, but these ones won't be. Say apply, and yes, and there you have it. These ones don't, because they're quoted items. These ones did get changed by that percentage. Now that might be applicable for this particular supplier, but things like Hardy's, HardyFlex and things like that quite often do go up by a percentage. Very quick way of updating your price list by groups or categories. Depends on how you've got them filtered. Just remember that when you apply that, use that procedure, all of these items are then untagged. So if we want to continue to use these filtered items, you'll have to tag them again. So that's the end of this video, and just remember, when this filtered records is on quite clearly, we're only seeing 21 of them. Reset the filter, we get back to the 1553. So there you have it. That's the end of this presentation.